This industry publicist, who's done work for names such as Drake and Rihanna, has spoken up and exposed all of the hip hop artists and executives for doing some crazy things that you are not going to believe. Okay, this is insane. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hop into this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and let's hop into this video right now. Okay, so this entire conversation between him and this guy is an hour and a half long. Okay, we're going to go to the final stretch of this conversation where he's going to start talking about these industry artists and the egregious things and disgusting, vile things that they do. Okay, and this is crazy. You got to watch the entire thing, but because his story is just incredible and the things that he's been through and all of the facts and all of the experiences that he's had in the industry with these people. It is crazy. Okay, but let's go ahead and hop into this part. He's about to talk about these artists and how they're in this secret Freemason group and the things that they do. Okay, let's hop in.
Either the Freemasons or other occult organizations?
That's why I think Diddy's a one-on-one. Because I don't really think that he was. He was like his own occult. And kind of like what you said, maybe he made somebody upset or something. Like Diddy's always been kind of like a lone ranger, a lone wolf, right?
He uses the same symbolism though.
Right, but Jay-Z, you're right. But Jay-Z, yes, 100%.
Okay, good. Are you a Freemason by chance?
No.
Okay, good. I just got it. These are the questions so that my audience would trust you. And, you know, this is important to know. Jay-Z is definitely a Freemason. Diddy is 100% a Freemason. His the same man that I was telling you about, the guy who was interviewed inside of the jail by the police, he was interviewed in an interrogation room, and he was interrogated, and this is literally what he said. He said P. Diddy, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled, he said they're all gay, and he said that they're all a part of the Bole Masonic organization.
Diddy and Ross, which are good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati. How do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
You know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, where he comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of Illuminati.
Okay.
Which is essentially, it's a fraternity, a black fraternity within Freemasonry. So this is pretty much out there. Now
that makes sense, right? When you talk about the names that he brought up of the people that are within this cult, this Freemasonry organization and the things that they do, these are the same people who have been in hip hop for over 20 years, and they consistently have been on top, regardless of these other artists who may have had better songs than them, who may have had a better climb than them, who may have, maybe longer future longevity, but they're not a part of their association. And so they get winged out, you know what I mean, over time. And these guys have Jay-Z, P. Diddy, DJ Khaled, Rick Ross. These guys have been in the industry from the early 2000s and late 1990s, and they are still on top. And there's a reason why. This is the reason why. This is crazy. They're going to start panicking. Usher's already panicking. They're going to start panicking. All right, let's hop back in.
were you ever asked at any moment to be brought into this type of lifestyle? Not directly, maybe indirectly, maybe invited to certain situations where you felt uncomfortable, you felt that things were off?
Yeah, for sure. And I would say with what I do know for a fact, not alleged, but DJ Khaled is bisexual. And Jay-Z has also participated in bisexual activities.
Would you want to say allegedly for your safety?
I would say allegedly if it was allegedly. DJ Khaled, 100% has been involved and he's bisexual. I did a show called One Shot, and he was in Miami, and he was open with the guy that he was with. He was gay, and I don't understand what happens there because nobody said anything to me like, hey, make sure you don't, go out and say this on record. Make sure you don't say this, da-da-da-da-da. So it's weird that would still be hidden. That seems like that should be a fact that DJ Khaled, at least in 2016, was definitely bisexual.
Okay, and
that is crazy. That is crazy. He said that he was open with it too. And the crazy part about this is that these guys on TV And on video and online, they portray to be thugs. They portray to be gangsters, hardcore, street, hood. Like they live that life. And they make music portraying to be this. And everyone that is really in the street and in the hood are taking their concepts and actually doing it and getting in trouble, going to jail, going to prison, or dying. But these guys are the opposite of that. They're fake. And we knew they were fake. But to this extent, like they are actually doing bisexual things. Things that the Bible says is an abomination. And they're doing this stuff. This is crazy.
We're good.
And Jay-Z is without question bisexual.
Okay. I agree with you. I know
Jay-Z's mom is gay.
Jay-Z's mother?
Yeah, she's gay openly.
Okay.
Wow.
I have nothing against any person's preference, but in the industry, they like to hide this, specifically in hip hop. They're trying to make this normal now. They're trying to push it on so it can be more accepted within the hip hop community. But the reason why they would want to keep this from the public is because they're pushing this gangster, tough guy, manly of all men persona. And if it were to come out that they were not the manly of men, so I think that's the reason why they hide it. But I 100% believe that these people are bisexual, gay, and I believe that, like I said, the Freemasons, they don't see themselves as men. They see themselves as gods. That's what the 33rd degree literally represents. It represents enlightenment. It represents reaching the level of a god. And most people will say that God is genderless, even though in Christianity, God is a man, essentially a man type of being. But in the Kabbalist way that they look at these things, they see man and woman as one. It's called the great androgyne. If I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. But it's alchemy in the sense where the femininity and the masculinity come together to create one being, which is a god. And that's literally what Masonry teaches. So I wouldn't be surprised if 90% of these people in the industry at the level of Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, all of these people at the top, if they're into this kind of thing, because I personally believe, and I've personally proven hundreds of times, that you just cannot get to that level without being a part of that club.
And how many people have we heard say that? How many lower artists have we heard talk about this door that you either have to go through? Like it's like 3 doors, right? And this door leads to this direction. This door leads to you doing this. And then this door kicks you out. How many artists have talked about that? How they've got invited to different meetings where they have to do some initiation, or they get invited to a party, and at the party, certain things happen. And if they allow it to happen, then they're good. If they don't, then they get kicked out of the group. We've heard these stories. And this publicist who has really deep connections is telling us this stuff. This is what it is. Like hip hop and rap and trap is never going to be the same after all of this. This is crazy, man.
I definitely would agree.
Right.
And listen, as you're saying this, and I'm thinking about the DJ Khaled situation, that TV show, it's on BET right now. It's called One Shot. And I left. There's like stories out there where I left One Shot. And I said that I left One Shot because I was reunited with my birth parents. And that's not really, I mean, that is the truth. But the reason why I left, because the whole was gay. RZA is bisexual. Sway Calloway is bisexual.
Wow.
Who else was out there? DJ Khaled was bisexual. It was like one big, gay party that was all like closeted and like weird. That's why I left, because for the exact same things that you said, like people have their own preferences. People have their own beliefs. I know a lot of people. So I know a lot of, gay Christians. And then I know a lot of people like the church that my family started that would be like, there's no way that you could be a gay Christian. There's no way that you could be gay and also be a Christian at the same time. And I've done projects that are, supportive of LGBT, but it was all out in the open. The One Shot thing that I did with DJ Khaled and Sway Calloway and RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan was all so gay and also hidden. And it was annoying and it was so weird because it's everything that you're talking about. Just like, be gay. Like, I know Lil Nas X is like, so like, I don't like any of his music, right? But he's out there in the open. And you want to talk about like dark, wild stuff that he's promoting. Like, it seems like he's, satanic as they come. Frank Ocean.
You see, what you're mentioning though, that you're mentioning the people that they're putting in place to try to normalize this within hip hop.
Right.
And that's the truth. They got these people that do not mind losing their image. They're putting these people in certain places and positions to desensitize the world to homosexuality and just being gay and men behaving as women and women behaving as men. This is what they do, y'all. This is what's happening in front of our faces. And this is why it's even more important to get into the Bible. This is why it's even more important to believe in Jesus Christ, because he, in the Bible, what he's written in there and what the prophets and different people in the Bible have written in there, it leads you on a path that leads you to God. And it's a narrow, straight path. But the world and hip hop and the culture leads you on this crooked path that's going to send you to the place that you don't want to be at. And that's the honest truth. The honest truth. And this guy right here is even a Christian now because of the things that he's seen. It's the truth, y'all. But these people right here, they're not going to go to God unless they fully give God everything because of all the dirty things that they've done in their life. They are ashamed. They're ashamed to go to God. But God is the one that they need the most to get them out of this mess.
His purpose was to bring down that barrier. His purpose is to make it normal, not for the generations where you come from or the generations where I come from, because they're not going to turn. That's not going to work with them. But it's for the new generation that's emerging now. They're expecting this to be normal within the next, 10 years. This is going to be popular. It's not just going to be Lil Nas X. It's going to be several rappers that are fully gay, fully embracing, that lifestyle and promoting it through their music and pushing it. Like we're seeing it's not just Lil Nas X. It's been gradually happening with Young Thug wearing the dress, with A$AP Rocky wearing a skirt, with Lil Uzi Vert painting his nails. Even Drake recently painted his nails. With even Latin artists like Bad Bunny wearing dresses and all this. And these are everybody that I mentioned I've already exposed for using occult imagery. And, we can argue that the label is the one behind the imagery, but it doesn't change the fact that if they're involved with the label and they're pushing this, they're still involved,
Mm.
Okay, and I know there's going to be some people on here that's going to say this has nothing to do with God. This has nothing to do with the Bible. This is just some people who are in the industry who decided to do some things that are disgusting and vile and that we should not be doing, and they're lying to people. Let me show you guys this verse. I think this verse is going to change your mind, okay? This is Romans chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 21. It's kind of long, but I want you guys to stay with me because it makes perfect sense, okay? It says, "For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened. Although they claimed to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like a mortal human being and birds and animals and reptiles." Okay, this is all Freemasonry stuff right there. "Therefore, God gave them over in the sinful desires of their hearts to sexual impurity, for the degrading of their bodies with one another," the stuff that they are doing, okay? "They exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshiped and served created things rather than the Creator, who is forever praised. Amen. Because of this, God gave them over to shameful lust. Even their women exchanged natural sexual relations for unnatural ones, okay? Women on women. In the same way, the men also abandoned natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another. Men committed shameful acts with other men and received in themselves the due penalty for their error. Furthermore, just as they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, so God gave them over to a depraved mind so that they do what ought not to be done. They have become filled with every kind of wickedness, evil, greed, and depravity. They are full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, and malice. They are gossips, slanderers, God-haters, insolent, arrogant, and boastful. They invent ways of doing evil. They disobey their parents. They have no understanding, no fidelity, no love, no mercy. Although they know God's righteous decree that those who do such things deserve death, they not only continue to do these very things, but also approve of those who practice them. Now, if that doesn't sound like the hip hop culture and the industry and all of that stuff in Hollywood, if that doesn't sound like Hollywood, then I don't know what does, okay? This is a 100% depiction of what happens in Hollywood and what happens in mainstream music and what happens as if you're an actor and models, all of those positions where you're lifted up and they forget about God and they forget about morality and they forget about the law of God and the Bible And God turns them over to do these evil, nasty, disgusting, sinful things. And they love it. And it would be really hard for them to get out of that mess. Really hard. And that's the bad part. It would be hard for them to leave that life and to follow Christ, because that means they will have to leave everything behind. And a lot of them cannot do that. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. We knew that some shady things were going on. But to this extent, it's wild. It's wild. All right, look, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section, okay? If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, okay? And hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. All right, my name is Aaron Page. I will catch y'all on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.